So it seems like we had ourselves a little fight this weekend. Stick around, let's talk about it.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
What's up, everybody? It's Graham. Welcome back to the channel, back with another video. And this one is a very interesting one to make. I was kind of on the fence if I wanted to make this video. Of course, I'm talking about the Mike Tyson fight, and I watched it, and a lot of mixed emotions on it. And then saw a lot of other videos on it, and I started thinking about the type of video I wanted to do. And it's funny, it's almost like the YouTube algorithm. They know what I'm thinking. I know they listen to us already, but I didn't say anything about this. And then all of a sudden, a couple of videos that popped up in my feed that I wound up watching, that I'll share the links in the description and pop up what they are here in just a little bit. But I started to realize, like, wait a minute, Mike Tyson is Gen X. He was born in 1966. He's 58 now. And he was our fighter. Although Muhammad Ali was still fighting in the late 70s, he was, in all honesty, was our parents' boxer of that generation. Mike Tyson was ours. Gen X had Mike Tyson, and it was just badass to watch. If you remember back in the day when we knew that he was going to fight a title fight, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was excited about it. He was boxing, not just the heavyweight division, but he was boxing. He made such, like, we all wanted to watch it because we were like, what round is he going to knock him out in? Is it going to be the first, or is it going to be the second round? Just an absolute beast mode. I loved watching him. I don't know about you, but when I saw the fight with Buster Douglas, when I saw that happen, I just I don't know if I cried or if my eyes welled up, but man, I was devastated. And so to see, the talk of this fight between Jake Paul, I really didn't know what to think about it. Now, to be fair, I didn't really know, or don't really know, who Jake Paul is, other than these fights that he had been doing over the last couple of years. So I really didn't know much about him. And then the only thing I knew about his brother was that I think it was all of my children said, oh yeah, he's known for apparently going into some woods in Japan where people hang themselves or commit suicide. And he went in there and he filmed it and he put it on the internet, and that kind of got him popular. And then I've seen some clips of it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. So there seems to be a lot of that in this generation. So as I was thinking about this video, I came across this one video here, and I'm not a subscriber to the channel. Like I said, it just popped up, but this Aaron Cohen, and I'll put the screenshot up here on the screen. And so I watched the video, and then I'll share the link in the description. Apparently he used to be, CIA or FBI or intelligence or something like that, to where they learn body language. Body language is 80% of all language. And so there were some things that I saw with Mike coming out to the fight, and after the fight, that I was like, I literally said almost the same thing that this guy Aaron says in the video. But the key points of this video is he was talking about how this fight was a generational thing. It was Gen X versus Gen Z, right? We had Mike Tyson, and Gen Z, I guess, has Jake Paul. I don't really know. I don't know what boxers are actually out there now, but that seems to be what he's doing. I don't want to insult the guy because I don't really know much about him. And then there was another video that popped up that I'll put up on the screen also, that, again, I'm not a subscriber, but this Detective Brooks Stories, I watched all 30 minutes of it, and I'll put the link in the description below too. That seems to be, I don't know if it's true, but even if 25% of what they say in this video is true, then yeah, that dude's not, him and his brother aren't good people. And they are scamming and doing a lot of stuff. You notice how, if you watch Sunday football, they always have commercials now about DraftKings. Like, they are just promoting the hell out of betting. And so this video kind of delves into the bet market and multiple accounts and offshore things, and fixing the fight and then guaranteeing the win, and then placing all these bets to where if Jake made $50 million fighting Mike Tyson, he might have made $200 or $300 million with different bets that were placed and how they were placed. So it's very interesting video. Again, I don't know enough about him to know that it's true or not, but they back it up with some stuff that seems very credible. But that's up to you to go and look at it. So just as Aaron Cohen had mentioned, it's a generational thing, because Mike was our fighter. We all wanted to see him knock that dude's head off. So the way I look at it is Mike has lived the life. He's been through hell and back, and I think that's why we all really wanted to see him do well in this fight. Not to mention, there are a lot of videos that are saying that the promotion clips of him sparring are deceptively edited. I would just say that they're cleverly edited. They're put together to make it look like he's still there. But the tell for me, and even Dana White brought it up in the post-fight interview after John Jones fought on Saturday, that he even tripped coming down the catwalk. And I had said the same thing when we were watching the fight with my wife and Roth. I was like, did you just see him trip? Just the way he was walking. And it could be not only the knees and his problems with his legs, but have you ever been almost in a car accident where you get the shit scared out of you and you get the lactic acid that just shoots down your legs to where your legs kind of go numb, and there's just a weird feeling? It's an adrenaline dump is what it is. And it's almost like, even though Mike's done this so many times and for so many years, it's almost like he had an adrenaline dump and his legs just weren't there. Walking up the stairs, walking around, he just didn't look like he was all there. Of course, Mike's power comes from his legs. Most punchers, look at Manny Pacquiao. That dude has got calves that are huge, and that's where his power comes from. So obviously you can arm punch and body punch with your upper body and have powerful punches. But what made Mike so strong is he had his legs to plant and then the perfect form to pivot to throw that right. And so I knew that wasn't going to happen. He came out and he had a couple flurries and seemed like he was he landed a couple shots. And if you can go back on the internet and you can look at some of the ringside videos where they're there, and it looks completely different than where the camera was at watching the fight, from back up there. When you see some of the point of views from around the ring, you can see that, even Jake Paul's punches were hard, and Mike was throwing some hard punches when he did throw punches. Do I think it was fixed? I don't know, man. I'm glad Mike got some money. But to say it was fixed, I don't know. I honestly, I had Mike's got the power to connect, and he connected a couple times, but he hit him in the neck. If he would have had it up on the chin, it might have been a different story. But then his funny thing is his brother, kept spraying this damn aerosol or can, and I asked Roth, what the hell is that? He's like, oh, it's their stupid body spray. I'll put the clip up. And I saw it multiple times, different clips of like the weigh-ins or something like that. I kept seeing him doing it, just spraying it on himself. Obviously his promotion. But every time I saw that, all I can think of was this.
Where you at? In the bathroom.
So I don't know. Maybe that's just my Gen X brain and remembering one of the best comedy movies out there ever. I just remembered that scene. And to me, it's just kind of funny when I see him doing that. You're just spraying it around yourself, I guess. So we were all rooting for him because we grew up with him. And on the flip side, for Jake Paul, you have a lot of people that are fans of his. And they keep saying that, well, he's bringing boxing back and he's bringing attention to boxing, but he's really not. At the end of the day, that's not boxing. I do love boxing. And it was honestly Mike Tyson that got me into boxing. When I first saw him fight, I didn't follow his career when he wasn't the champion. I first watched him his first fight after he became champion, and then of course I watched every fight I could after that. was there watching 2020. I think it was on Friday nights is when it came on, when Barbara Walters was interviewing him and Robin Givens, his wife at the time, where she just completely destroyed him on camera, and he just sat there like he didn't even know what was going on. Yeah. So I followed his career, and so of course I wanted to see him win. But as a martial artist, somebody who likes to watch fights, did I think he was going to win? No. And quite honestly, and even they mention it in this video, did Jake, I think, hold back? Well, if it was fixed, then he held back. But even if it wasn't fixed, because there was a couple shots that Tyson landed or could have landed better, and man, they were right there. They would have dazed him. So I don't think they were pulling their punches. But I do think that once Jake saw that Mike was tired, they just figured they were going to take it the round. I know people saying, well, he's being cautious because Mike still does have power. So he was cautious and smart, fighting a smart fight. But I also think that, if he wanted to just go in there and unleash some shots, Tyson would have went down. As sad as I am to say that, I think we can all admit that's just the truth. But I love seeing him, and I love his tweet that he put up here. Remember, I don't have my glasses on, but on X, Mike put up, this is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight. So I won. To have my children see me stand toe to toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy Stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you. So yeah, I can say that. I think that's great. But do I think it was a money grab? Absolutely, for both fighters. And I think that's why I don't like the term Jake Paul's bringing attention to boxing, because then he's not really bringing attention to boxing. He's bringing attention to himself by, and I admit it's smart business. I'm not knocking the business side of it. Look, I do 2 YouTube videos a week. So people keep saying, well, he's a YouTuber and all that. I do 2 YouTube videos a week on top of my job and being a father, being a husband, and little side hustles that I have, and in volunteer groups that I'm in for my community with Rotary Club and stuff like that. And I'm busy. And even this video here, by the time you film it, you edit it, then you export it, then you upload it, then you do all of those things. It's a lot of time. So I don't knock his grind of becoming a successful YouTuber and making a lot of money. But what I don't like is how people say that he's bringing boxing back, because he's not. That's not boxing. He doesn't fight anybody. I mean, let's face it. I think Tyson, before he went into prison, was 24. So there's a few age difference. He's 27. Paul's 27. Mike would have been 24. But you put a 27-year-old Mike Tyson in the ring with Jake Paul, he would literally be knocked out in a minute. And I think most people know that. And so he purposely is picking these people, hyping it up, because he's a master at the hype. So that's why I'm saying I've given him that. But it's not helping the sport of boxing. It's really not. I looked up earlier today, and I think I cleared it out, but the light heavyweight. So he went up in weight. He was over 200 pounds. So light heavyweight is, I think, 175 in boxing. Let me see here. Yeah. And then you have cruiserweight. So I'll put up some screenshots here. So if Jake Paul really wanted to prove himself of being, and I think he's a great athlete, but if he wanted to prove himself as being a talented fighter, like he says, I mean, the one boxer that he actually lost to wasn't even that great of a boxer, but he was at least a professional, and he knew the fight game. He knew the art of boxing, and he beat him. But when you go through the light heavyweight, you've got this Artur. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. He's from Russia. He is 21-0 with 20 KOs. Number 2 from Russia, 23-1. Callum Smith from the UK. He's 39 and 2. So that's the cruiserweights. Then if you go to what is it? The light heavyweight division. Actually, that was a light heavyweight division, is 175. And then you have the cruiserweights. You have the same. You have these people that are undefeated, and cruiserweight's 200 pounds. And so, and I'll pop that up on the screen. You'd have people that would absolutely kill him, and he would never do it because they're not going to make any money. So then, of course, after the fight, he's talking, and he throws out Canelo. Now, remember, I'm from Texas. We live in Texas. We love Canelo, whether we're Mexican or not. We treat Canelo as our own, right? So for him to he makes the comment, Canelo needs me more than I need him, to make that money. That is just the furthest from the truth. Canelo, I'll put this up. How much did Canelo win? Did he earn in his last fight with Jaime Munguia? $30 to $35 million. And I don't even know who the Jaime guy is. So for him to act like, well, he needs me to make money, that's just not true. And I hope Canelo doesn't fall for it. I think he's classier than that. He makes 10 to 30, $35 million for every fight. If he fought more of a household name that's from another division or a lower division or whatever, he makes a lot of money. So for Jake Paul to say, well, Canelo needs him, that's him baiting. That's the master at the art of getting an arousal out of somebody to try to take the bait, to try to set this up. So anyway, I still support Mike, and I still, I'm happy for him. I think it was a terrible fight, right? I don't think he should have done it, and I'm not quite sure if it was. I don't think it was scripted, but I do think that Mike's bitten on his gloves a lot over the years, but he was really biting on them a lot during the fight, and it just makes me wonder if that was a little sign that they would give to one, that he would give to him. I don't know, it just seemed weird. He has bitten on his gloves a lot, but it was excessive in that fight. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? Drop a comment and below and let me know your thoughts. Do you think it was rigged? Do you think it was scripted? Do you think Tyson was holding back? Do you think Jake Paul was holding back? Drop a comment below and let me know. And as always, if you stuck around this long, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, hitting that bell to be notified of future videos. And with that said, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next video.